Hello guys, today we'll be talking about Banjo Kazooie. And basically it's mostly because of 90s kids. According to 90s kids, Banjo Kazooie is one of the greatest and most influential games ever released. You know, the celebrate Ocarina of Time seemingly early version of Banjo Kazooie. And Banjo Kazooie wasn't really that successful, okay? It only sold like 2 to 3 million copies. Again in the 90s, there was way less gamers, obviously, way less people to play games. Gaming was not this huge thing it is now. And, that's just a absolute fact that gaming is not, as popular as it was today. And yeah, of course, Banjo-Kazooie is not going to sell as much as, let's say, a modern AAA title as well would today. But 3 million is still not a lot for a video game. For example, Ocarina of Time sold like 7 million copies, I think. You know, Mario 64, which was one of these big games for the N64, sold, I think, 10 million copies. So really, if you want to talk about influential games, you can talk about, games like Mario 64, games like, you know, Ocarina of Time. Those are games that are regularly talked about as some of the greatest games of all time. I really do not think Banjo-Kazooie is as deserving to be called one of the greatest games of all time. I think the 90s is truly the era of the most nostalgia blind people, okay? I get it. I was not born in the 90s, a lot of people my age say the same about the 2000s as well. Oh, the 2000s was such a great era. It was such a great era, but it was mostly because of nostalgia. We liked that era so much. But again, the 2000s was the last truly great era before the wokeness and woke crap took over. The 2010s, some people will say that's a great era too. But, when it comes to Nintendo, when it comes to Banjo Kazooie, Nintendo, I think the reason Nintendo was quote unquote scared of Banjo Kazooie because it wasn't their game 100%. It was Rare's game, and Rare made a lot of money off of Banjo Kazooie. But the thing is, we gotta look at what happened to Banjo Kazooie. Rare was sold off to Microsoft, and Banjo Kazooie was kind of never really seen that much again. Outside of the Nuts and Bolts game and cameos in other games, and being put into Smash Bros. Because 90s kids begged Sakurai to put him in Smash Bros. When really, there are much more deserving characters being Smash Bros. When it comes to sales or gaming importance that are owned by Microsoft, but they added Banjo Kazooie because of this 90s nostalgia. And I'm not saying that Banjo Kazooie is a super bad inclusion. It's way better inclusion than adding Bubsy the Bobcat, but I really do think because I think the problem with this whole 90s kids that they over hype these collectathon games. Okay, Mario 64 is understandable. Okay, but why don't we like they'll we'll ever talk about Final Fantasy 7 or Metal Gear Solid, games in the PlayStation because games in the PlayStation that also puts the boundaries for video games as well. Yeah, and I just noticed the only game I played out of those is Mario 64 and Banjo Kazooie. Never played Metal Gear Solid, but again, I never had a PlayStation, so never played Final Fantasy 7 or Metal Gear Solid. But again, a lot of people consider those some of the most influential. And of course, you can't forget about Crash Bandicoot, which I did play. But I played the remastered version, the remake version. So did I technically play the original PlayStation version? No, I didn't. I played the remastered version on the Xbox. So it was still a good game. I just don't like the damn wizard that couldn't pass the level. And yeah, and if you do not know, it was like this level like halfway through the game I couldn't pass for some strange reason because there was some wizard that would block me every single way. Yeah, I didn't like that wizard. I don't think anyone else does. It's annoying as well. But yeah, when it comes to Nintendo, Nintendo was probably not really that scared of Banjo-Kazooie, considering the Banjo-Kazooie was supposed to be exclusive for Nintendo 64. And overall, that is it about this video here, and yeah, goodbye.